So the first one, it's about the new six and what their positions are. Of course, I won't be able to tell you all the positions, but I want you to know that this is where some great leaders are going to come from. You know, we are talking about the governance of this country, the legal structure of this country, the financial sector of this country, and the industrial and humanitarian development of this country. And we're talking of advice. All of these people will be coming out. But since it's unveiling system, I would plead with all of you so we can enjoy that suspense of seeing who is coming next and who is coming after. But I just wanted everyone to understand that we have made sure that the 6 angles of governance, development, structures, financial, investors, and all of that is what we're putting together for this country. The Big 6 is supposed to shape the development of this country, and therefore we are not going to depend on borrowing money from outside and bringing outsiders to invest in our country before we think that we're becoming successful. That's what they're shaped for, to be internally strong and build a strong governance that will shape this country's future for the rest of our lives and the ones who are coming. Thank you. You talked about EC and the airline. I don't think I should be in the position to fix the problem for governmental institutions. I think that it should be their common rights to see and know that if I don't help this youth and the people who are entitled to vote, then I'm taking away their rights. And that's what the government is supposed to do. At the moment, to address what you said properly, I think a government is an embodiment of a nation that governs us as long as we live. A politician is a chosen leader that will come for a particular specific years if it's under the regime of democracy. And I don't expect orders from above to control the government. I expect the government to use the laws of our judiciary system, the legislation, the executive arm of this country, to govern the politicians. And until we make sure that is implemented, I think we might be going under some kind of dictatorship whilst we're practicing democracy. These differences needs to be straightened. And I want to use this moment to address that EC could be one of the institutions that can help to clarify these situations, to support the people, to move them away from being disenfranchised. And let's hold the government responsible for governmental duties and responsibilities. Although I sent letters to the Parliament, to the Christian Council, and copied everyone, including EC, I still haven't heard anything from anyone. Thank you.
Okay. Question here. Every day, GTV. Yes. So on a personal level, on a personal level, what's been your biggest surprise running for president of Ghana? That's the first question. And the second question, if you become president of Ghana, how are you going to be dealing with illegal mining, aka GALAMSEY, which is affecting so many sectors of our economy?
Thank you. Thank you. Kafui, I would say that maybe, I won't talk about my first biggest surprise, but my second biggest surprise was when you were supposed to ask me this question on your station, on your show, and they canceled my interview with you. And it was because the orders from above. And today, you happen to be with one of these press people to ask me this question. I think you are a great interviewer, and so much could have come out that day if it's not because of how partisans we're becoming in this country. That may come into GTV, and the first thing that GTV, which is a Ghana national television that we have been watching our whole life that belongs to this country, would cancel my event or my speaking moment interview with you. And I'm sure you were surprised too, as much as I was surprised. So it's one of my biggest surprises. Second.
Well, beyond that, what's a surprise you're running for president?
Well, if I have to go on and on and on, I'll tell you a lot. A lot of cancellations have been my surprise. You know, I think that, you know, a government should embrace their own. That's how the new Ghana should be. If somebody wakes up tomorrow and they say they want to become the next Kwame Nkrumah, or they want to become the next Patrice Lumumba, as a nation, we have to embrace them. If somebody wants to be Bill Gates and they believe they're going to be Bill Gates, let's not laugh at them. Let's not cancel their ways of trying to voice out their vision. Let's not interfere with their plans and their visions. Because if you do that, you will make that citizen be surprised if truly they're Ghanaian or they're not. So these are my surprises. And I will have a lot if I have to go through. But I just wanted to use your one as a great example because I was truly surprised. And I'm sure you were too, because you were waiting for me and you just found out that orders from above says, I can't be there.
We'll explore them when we have the interview later.
Well, I have been called twice and I still said that I feel like I need an apology letter from GTV, not from the government, but from them as an institution. It's only right that they have to say, we're sorry we treated you that way. Can we have an interview? And you'll be the first person I'd like to say with. Now the second question, GALAMSEY, okay, illegal mining. It is destroying our country. The sad thing is, it's not our country people that destroyed our country. They were still doing illegal mining. We could have controlled them. But we let in the Chinese, and there are millions of Chinese in our country. And they mine 24/7. Now all our waters are poisoned. And the food that we're starting to eat is this same water system that is feeding the ground. So, believe it or not, in the next 10 to 15 years, don't be scared if you see any children with 3 eyes or 7 fingers.
It's happening already.
It's happening already? Okay. Now, for me as a leader, the first thing I will do is I will stop the foreigners who are destroying my land. In fact, if the Chinese are hearing me, I will probably put hundreds of thousands of them under house arrest and call the Chinese president that this is what you've done to my country. You have caused 33 million people's lives. And therefore, you are going to be responsible for building and fabricating all our next plants that will recycle this water again for us to get our life back. And after, I will release your 100,000 people to you after 4 years of hard work to fix my country. Just to show the world that we are not animals here. You cannot go to anyone's country and destroy their water, destroy their cocoa, destroy their whole life. What kind of government do we have? And they're sitting down watching them. What is Ghana today? Who are we? Anybody comes to our country and experiment us and do whatever they like and they go out just because they put something in a brown envelope for somebody who is not even certified to be a minister or to be a leader. This revolutionary consciousness is to stop certain things that is coming from outside into our country, that it's being manipulated. You know, we are being restricted. We're being destroyed. And our leaders can see it. And they're just watching it happen. I watch. Now, on the other note, with the local people, who are also Galamseys, what am I going to do to them? Would I arrest them too? No. But I have to call all of them. I have to stop them and re-employ them. Because I know that they know the work. But they haven't been given the opportunity to do the work. So I want to give them the opportunity that they should be able to give us our ultimatum. I am looking for 200 tons because I'm going to tell you right now, this country have less than 80 tons in our central bank. And that's why we have to borrow money below $1 billion. Up until recently, when we needed 3 billion, we had to buy gold to make it almost 14 tons before we can borrow that 3 billion. When you go to Dubai, when you go to Emirates, these people are buying our gold every day. They pack it, they refine it, keep it as reserves. When it gets to 200 tons, they call any financial institution and say, look at my gold, it's stamped, it's Swiss stamp, I need 200 billion. And you just show them the gold and you have to take the money. So we can let our Galamseys come and work for us in the next 3 years to reach the 200 billion, and I will write all your loans off one touch. Because you have the money. God has given you the wealth. If you cannot see it, the person who can see it better will come and take it. But I want you and I want Ghanaians to be rest assured. I am not that Mbabunu. Minye obia afe and I member better now. Na me hwe me nkrofo. Na we sisi omo. Na we fa we. Na we fa we. Nka sa na ye ka no dia, nka manya me de bi. Ka me ba ha ba ye nen. But enam osunti. And enam no ma ekoso wo kromanti. Enti ana meto anamo. Say me ba na ma ba me ma mo majai. And I will make sure I create wealth in this country. I make sure I will bring jobs in this country. Because, say, if we are able to just get another 3.5 million workers, we will have 7 million workers. 7 million workers is what we had in 1960. And the country was slightly above 7 million, which means 90-something% where they had jobs. Today, we're 33 million. And it's at just about 12% that have jobs. The rest are unbearable. Just because we're tolerating foreigners and outsiders to come and take advantage of us. And we don't even know what to do with our own people. Our own people. We have 75%, which is 0 to 45 years. The youth, this is empowerment. What are we doing with them? So this question is a great question, and I hope that you can ask me another one, but I will leave it for when I get my apology letter.
If I may add a few words to what Manya just said. A few of you know me. I'm almost 88. I've been in business here.
Sorry, I would like to introduce
Many of them know me already.
General Nunu. This is General Nunu, go way back from Nkrumah all the way
I
to
work
today.
with Nkrumah at Flagstaff, and now you call it Jubilee House. Now, I am here this morning because I heard Kwame was supposed to meet the press today. I have a medical emergency. I need not be here, but Ghana is too important for me to ignore. Ghana's future is too important for me to ignore. At the age of 88, almost, Kwame is 44. Am I?
Twice your age. You're twice my age.
Some people at my age, below my age, like Joe Biden, they are doubting his brain is working well. But my brain is working 100% well. I can teach you Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. Who can remember Pythagoras theorem? I can remember that my age. And I'm so concerned about Ghana that I thought if I'm meeting the press, no matter what, I should be here. That's why I'm here. I have a medical issue that I shouldn't be here, but Ghana is too important. And how many of you are 50 years and above? Raise your hand to 50 years and above. How many? One. I can see one. And my last born is over 50. So I don't have any business at my age. Give me another 2 years, 90. I don't know what I will be here. But as long as I live and Ghana is being destroyed, I will fight to my last breath. That's why I'm here. Because Kwame said, what's happened to Ghana? It never happened. Who is from Winneba? Anybody from Winneba here? Around Winneba? My father was a fisherman, and I became chief of defense staff. It's not possible today. I had to fight for myself, and I had people behind me, pushing me, including Nkrumah. But today, since the last, our latest constitution, the fourth August constitution, 1992, we had two governments, two parties running Ghana. It's the most abysmal performance I've seen anywhere in my life. I've lived in Britain for 12 years. I live in Russia. I've lived in Canada. I've lived in US. I've lived everywhere under my own steam. And where Ghana is going, please, you young people, wake up. Wake up. Otherwise, when I'm dead, we can't pour libation on my grave. Then we said it, we ignore you. We need a man like Nkrumah, and that is why Kwame came. I call Kwame, so Kwame, what is your mission? Ghana must be saved. We don't care about Ghana. Nobody cares about Ghana. We are selling all our assets, and you are watching them. I've lived in Birmingham for more than 64 years. Since 1960, I joined the army. Today, we are selling the trade fair, and nobody opening their mouth. The press are mute, saying nothing. Your assets are being sold, and you are watching on. This McDan. Selling assets and you are watching it, Jesus Christ, never happened in my time. when I was like you. So you young people of this country, wake up. Because the country is gone. Not only China. Every idiot comes to Ghana and take Ghana for granted. And we are sitting down. As we fight for you, at my age, I've fought since so many years. In my little way, I've built Ghana, I've built O'Reilly, I've built 6, 7 secondary school blocks. When I started building, I didn't have a land cruiser and air conditioning, and people, I was pushing wheelbarrow to build Ghana. My children didn't go to school here. I left the country, Ghana, in 1982. My children went to Britain and lived there. But every Ghanaian, young Ghanaian, is my concern. So please, young people, look, these two parties, I was Nako campaign manager. Domama on advice, I was chief of defense staff, then later good advisor. They cannot fix this country, they can't do it. Take it from me, they can't do it. They'll come and lie to you, we will do it, they can't do it. By that time, I'll be gone. They'll come and pour libation on my grave. Yes, you said it, we didn't listen to you. So please wake up. Ghana is at a risk. China, every idiot come to Ghana and take our assets and we are watching them. Every idiot. And we are watching them. Is that right?
No.
Your children, how are they going to survive? I paid my school fees, selling fish, going to catch crabs in Winneba. In the 1940s, after secondary school, my mother was selling in the market foodstuffs. You go to Accra, they're selling on the street, and we don't care. We are never allowed to sell around. We don't care. We don't care. What kind of human being? Are we animals or human beings with feelings? Are we animals? Let's wake up.
Thank you.
Thank you. My country, within the Empress and from Ohineba Media. Masem Bisane say, who speech earlier no oka bibi ewo about disabled. Say nyami adom na se obeye president o man Ghana. Me pese mi hu hihye ya odi agu akwemu ama omo. Esan say yenuanu disabled bebre o ha omo ewo qualification. Nanso wonya adwuma enye. Esan disability ni nti yemfa omo. Afein so ex Russia ye MPs enjoy no. At your time no omo beko so enjoy ana. Ena ne to so biom ehia me kase pa ye say. Yen parliamentary no oko parliament house a. Ne akwaso kase wo hwa ya brofo kasa. Yenuanu Ghana nso ye bibi kasa, twi kasa de obia ete aside other languages no. What time eno an ebe so wo ho. Ama ebe ye den na manfo related to the policies ene niema ye koso e wo man no no mate ase se Ghana ni esan se dodo na no ente brofo rich ya ya kan o parliament me da se.
That's it. Stop at your first side. Okay. Now I'm saying if I shall say from disabled. Say me my speech me can able and disabled. Now disabled, you show me track record in my philanthropical achievements. Say I have been working with disabled for a long time. There's a guy called One Leg who is my friend. And we will be at no stress risk. But at the same time, no autonomy. When I saw his effort, I decided to make one. So, madam, on any first person, me thought tricycle man, me name a share and some said. So, to me, a human or tobacco come on, me thought a third one. I me thought a person Uber for me. It is that time, nothing a young woman, a young woman. And then I make I say, One Leg or internet is always me. We see that back, we see the money man, we talk as five. Now, my catcher says, disabled for pet and I employ. Why employ me? My best friend, so, my friend Brown, he's blind, from who are there that. But tell me, who can't have a fee? And then we did Christmas, maybe there. If you ask him, and he says, you're sending him, then he says, put it back. As my person can say, now, put on small before so I mean, like I and a brown. Because as my brown catcher in Gravy said, was say the biggest tragedy that befell on a man is a man with a sight but without a vision, and you have all of it. In Cheddar Brown, and Kaminim, the essence and the level of my greatness. But it took Obi and Niefra. No, Kasama was saying, Gumi. I remember who said, Sinapu Concrabes money pa, no better be at your Ebia with General Chain, but panel. Intia doya de bill me mupa, and I have a say, Omwa, Omuntia po, and I say, be a young woman fully able no. Yeah, it is a Omun come. Ushe Bruma, yes, send it mupa. They were disabled, they were here for us, they were elite, and they were politicians, and they were pastors, Christians. Obia, they did a box. Obia Shim. We have to open this country and make it a one nation, one people, and one country. The idea what my comment to say, disabled for a Juma, as I say at the moment, a Juma will blow home with my who are the 9 years, or Tawa, Nisa, a Juma Bayano, will be all 9 and Sap, one to me yet. Until no one as I said, you create a Juma no any home. Until me never been for one, she said. Ushakra, we told road tolls freeway, toll boots freeway. Disabled or you when you bro, 400. No, almost more, almost a Juma yet. Our winner baby. Until I come so far, I set my sorting out. Now we can't benefits for MP. Mingui, no cremuno politics. And Yadiana minim and Sana. I started this movement. Because Nyadiana Makuma, any politics in fact. And no mabia, na me share a minor who go through her, and ya me fair. Intina and Mamin to me, and family impute or be our politician. And yes, I'm in pet, me pass him, say, be our politician in Pawasa. But say me free, say, a man in Kosuye, then no maybe Kosuye and Sua. Say, me to me no one now or say, dear, me no. Ebo Shata Free and I say the Babaji contract be or now intimate yourself. Eti me bema and no maybe or high best sapa me share ministries big or ha ministries big or that obi bisa me say and I'm ministers in our way ministers a bi or power a bi so beba a bi so mu dada na emo mu no a bi or ha as see a close you know kakra and suddenly you the right idea for that ministry and suddenly be now the right people are on betting them and yes sir unya now the minister now the deputy now for the offer nipa 500 now Kobobosia or IMF now they are with Yomoka. See, we have to cut all of these things economically and I think say the MPs no they're okay because we are MP Ghana and just as say what land cruiser 3 we are vice then and just as say what dying can see. It's a sad idea a Juma or the airback or mining and in Pofua or Guam. In Terry idea with them a better ashe. Said a no flew or bad name flew on Madia. I don't see why you should get all these benefits. Okay. And now last one, language, no. Language there. And you have Uko China, Umusia dear our on language, Mandarin. Uko Singapore, I'll be a the language. Uko Dubai, will be a idea of the language. Over Africa, a couple of now you're in your language. When we say there's a problem with that, but I've also seen an advantage with that. The problem is that Oshe Ukura, maybe a different casa, maybe a 10 and 20 and 30. So the different languages, no. So Mishian Kranino and Titria means me expressive. Say Mishia tree means Sunami Agbenia, honestly to me expressive. Tusha Brofonia dear Bakwa Ababaye national language, continental language, I bet me the I expressive. Inti say Yamrena, I enter a bit mamba, the bit me use Abrofona. You soon when Yansa Semu. You su sa brofono e wenyansa semu na omukra na omwa bonteno omu say policies na ye ka no nyansa wo because me dey minim say kosi broni e o kire me brofono why mistakes o kire me because emre bi beba no the power of my governance and how I will use that same language to influence our continent that will bring me the power that my own tree language cannot do. But I do respect my language, and I do respect all dialects in the country. And I think that there will be a day that if they're not able to speak the Twi or the Ga in Parliament, there should be some sort of translation, even if you're watching on television, that would be able to translate what they're saying to you so you can understand. There's been almost one cover of any questions I'll be saying. Thank you.